Hello and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you my 5 favorite features to edit portraits inside Luminar Neo. Now, I've got an image loaded up here. I'm not going to be editing the full image, sorry. I am just going to be showing you 5 tools that I enjoy using when editing portraiture and hopefully showing you what you can do when you do the same. So we've got a raw file here and this is untouched, and I really like the shot, if I can say so myself. And the first one I want to show you is the light depth tool. Now, the light depth tool, if you're unaware, lets you change where the light falls on a specific part of your image. And the subject is pretty well lit here, but I want to give more emphasis on her features, especially her facial features. So we go over to the creative panel and you'll see here it says light depth. Now, what I always do by default is I push everything to 100. It doesn't stay there. That just gets things going, and then I can reduce it so we can get the right impact of that tool on the image. So we're just going to put it up to 100, and you can see here that doesn't look great. The light is falling behind her and she's becoming somewhat of a silhouette. But if we just put it here, you can see now the light is dropping exactly on her upper torso and her face. Now, this looks very unnatural. So if you just remember, I'm going to turn that down. So that's at 100. And if we just start bringing it up, you can just see the darkness of the background, and there's more light dropping onto the subject. So if I'll just do a quick before, that's the raw file. And now with the light depth tool applied, there's just more power and emphasis on the subject, and I think it looks really cool. Now, the next one I want to go to is the bokeh AI tool. Now, I shot this with a 23mm lens, and with that kind of lens, you're not going to get as much separation and bokeh as you would like to have, especially with portraiture, than you would get with, say, a 85mm lens. And this is where bokeh AI can come in really handy, just to add a little bit more separation between subject and background. So if we just jump in here, and again, I'm going to push it right to 100, and you can see that's blurred the background. Now, I don't want to keep it at 100 because, again, I think that looks unnatural, and there is a little bit of softness there already. But if I just apply it just a little bit more, let's say to 50, I think we've got more pop there. So we'll just do a quick before and after. Yeah, that's starting to come on much better. Now, the next one is a preset. I've got 3 more to show you, so do stick with me. It's a preset that I like to apply specifically for portraits, and it's in the Essence collection, which is essentially designed for portraits, but you can use it for whatever you like. And it's called Fashionista. Fashionista. So as you can see here, this is without it. Apply Fashionista, and then we're starting to get a little bit more life to the shot. There's more colors, more vibrancy. The midtones have come up, and it's starting to look like a solid edit. The fourth one, jumping back into the tools section, exists right at the bottom in the professional panel, and it's called color harmony. And essentially what this does, and by the way, this is a cool tip if you are using Luminar Neo. If you're not sure what an actual tool does, you'll see there's a little eye here just above it. If you just hover over there and give it a click, it just tells you what it does. So color harmony lets you access advanced controls to fine tune and balance the colors in your image. So what I do, I go down to color contrast, and then I just start bumping that up. And you can just see things start to come alive. Like, you don't want to go too far. Look, everything's blown out. That's terrible. But just even with just a subtle adjustment of the slider, I think that's as far as I'd want to push it. 40. Look at that. Everything is much more alive now in the image. This is much more eye-catching and gripping. And if we just do another before and after, so this is the raw file. And look at that. Just with 4 simple tools, we've been able to take this image from a flat raw file to something that is far more eye-catching. And the last one that I want to use is in the portrait section. What it helps you do is if you jump into face, you can do a couple of things. What I like to do is add a little bit more saturation to the lips, a little bit more redness, and it just makes the lips look a little bit more fuller. And I don't slim the face so it looks unnatural, but sometimes a client may ask, hey, can you just slim me down just a little bit? And if you look at the slim face, might take a second or two to apply it. You can see very subtle. So if we just a little bit, up to 35, then we're pretty good to go. And if you go into the skin tool, the final one I'll do, you can actually remove blemishes, because we all get blemishes, right? That aren't there persistently. And we can remove them. You see the subject just has some at the bottom of her chin. And if we just apply that, then they fade away. So what? In the space of 10 minutes, using Luminar Neo, we've taken this portrait from a raw file to a finished edit. Now, usually what I would do is I'd be a little bit more granular, but of course the aim of this video is to show you what you can do and my 5 favorite tools for editing portraits. So if we come back out, raw file, let that go, edit, ready to ship and ready to publish. And I think that's great. I think, Luminar Neo is heavily marketed as a creative tool for travel, landscapes, and things like that. But it really can be a reliable tool for people that shoot portraiture as well. So I would say give it a go. I will leave a link down in the description. I also do have a promo code, ThemFrames10. If you get that applied, then you'll get an extra discount. And full disclosure, if you do purchase it using one of my links, then I do get a little kickback from that. So thank you very much in advance, and let me know what you think. Is Luminar Neo a viable option for portraiture in your opinion? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, again, if you did like this video, tap a like, do subscribe, and tap that bell icon so YouTube lets you know when I next publish. I've had my glasses on for this one, guys, because it's a little bit of a tired day. So thanks for watching. Until the next one, I'm Dan. This is Them Frames. See ya.